I came across a pretty interesting post about a tech challenge at a company that's not disclosed. So, this person basically was applying for a job and they were sent the following tech challenge. Now, there's a lot of talk about whether this is actually a tech challenge or it's a free labor. But before we decide, let's go into it and see what this is about. It says, hello there, thanks for applying at our engineering position at company. We created this challenge in order to learn more about your programming skills applied to the tools we use here at company. Now, before we go further, the person who posted this says that the company is a very early stage startup, meaning they don't have enough people. They only have like maybe 4 engineers or maybe less. And this is their tech challenge. So here it goes. Our challenge consists of a CRUD that's after being developed must fulfill 5 technical requirements, right? So the backend application must have 4 layers of architecture. Router, business, database. I guess they're missing something. The front-end application must be separate presentation components from containers. Not sure what that means, but maybe they're talking about React containers? I'm not sure. Test coverage should be more than 80% via Jest, both on the front end and the back end. Encryption should be used for sensitive information before it is stored in the database. Okay. The application must be implemented by using your favorite stack, using our favorite stack, Node.js, Express.js, TypeScript in the back end, and React TSX, which is the TypeScript version of the JSX, Sass, which is a wrapper for CSS, in the front end. Now, this is only the challenge. This is the minimum technical requirements for this challenge. And now, here comes the functional requirements. We want you to develop a web app that allows customers to create a wallet account at the company. The customer will register by filling in the following information, blah, 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 blah. Once registered, the user will be able to add money from their card to their wallet. The customer will be able to buy products that are available on his dashboard using the money he has on his wallet. Whenever the customer buys, they will receive a cashback of 0.1% for every transaction, which will be added to his wallet. The customer will be able to see the transaction with a date, description, and amount. After finishing the challenge, please create a branch with your name and the date and open the PR in the main branch and review it and give it a feedback. Now, I don't know about you, but I've done tech challenge, coding challenge for companies before when I was interviewing, and this is definitely one of the most complicated one that I've run into. So I don't think it's realistic for someone to be able to build this whole thing from scratch within a couple of hours. I don't know how many hours or how long they give this person, but with my estimate, if you want to hit all of these things, it will take a few days to do it. Like, seriously. Not to mention, like, we all have full-time jobs currently, unless you don't have a job. But we all currently have full-time jobs, and we spend like 12 hours, 8 hours, whatever, maybe sometimes like 10 hours a day working on the company stuff. So by the time we're done, we're pretty beat. So you have to do this task on your day off, or you take a few days off in order to work on this. Because due to the pure complexity of this requirement, right? It's pretty weird how specific this project they're asking you to do. Like, you have to use these things, which sure, it makes sense if you put that on your job description that you must know about these things. Sure. But they're basically not giving you much guideline as far as like how complex do you want to make all of this. So you could easily hit all of these things by doing like a high level implementation. But if you want to like get into the details and get all the business logic correctly, get 80% of the test coverage for both the front end and the back end, like, this is a lot of work. Trust me, this is a lot of work. And this weird product requirement here, I hope this is not the similar like business logic that's needed for this company here, because this seems to me like they want you to implement this whole thing and then possibly they might just take your code and put it on their product. To me, like, this looks like free labor to me, because you will be spending a lot of hours on this, and our time is valuable. So whoever get assigned this should definitely think about it, and like to see if it's worth it to do this. So that's my thoughts on it, and here's the post. I'll link it in the description below. But yeah, like I tried to read all the comments, but this is pretty interesting. Like the level of completeness that they're asking you to do, it's kind of insane. Like like who would do this for free, right? So yeah. So okay, let's see what he's saying. This is the OP, right? So he's saying, oh yeah, I have told them that this isn't a test. This is free labor, and I won't continue interview with them. Good for him. Good for her. This is definitely something you should not try to do, even if it's like a startup, early stage startup, unless it's like a company that you really believe in and you want to do. If it's Facebook or Google or something, like sure, I'll do it. But if it's for a startup, like nah, I don't think I'll do it either. All right, so what is it? It's actually the third time the company has tried to get free work from me. The first time I was even made to sign an NDA before being added to their GitHub repo and told to work on their development branch. This is hilarious. This is asking you to do free labor right here. And oh, he actually posted a picture of the conversation with the team. So that's pretty juicy. Okay, hi, welcome, bro. Hi, welcome. Just received the email, the login details. Thanks. Are you okay with a call now? Sure. Now we're gonna give me 30 minutes. Okay, right. All right. Clone this thing, make a branch, and then in each page, okay. In each page, you must change the UI from old one to new one. Remove the CS. Dude, this is like very specific ask. This might as well come from Jira task. And they're giving you like Adobe, Adobe mocks. You say this is the first of several tasks, and now later on I'll be giving more challenge one. Continue with the interview process. Everything's okay. I find out. Wow. So everything work out okay. I find out you can work on this. You already joined the following HR. Wow. Okay. So basically, if you can work on this, you can join the team. Alright, so here's what the authors say. Hi, I have been thinking about it and I have decided to withdraw my application and notify you that I won't continue interviewing with you. Since I applied for this position, your company has shown time and time again a lack of coordination and organization. I don't know if you're aware of this, but frankly, it won't surprise me if you weren't. But for the first call I had on Teams was supposed to be with the CTO, not you. That is what let me know. Yet it seems to have changed last minute and notified me when we were doing. After our call, there were instances where you and someone else either show lack of coordination, professionalism, or both. Instances like when you didn't respond to my email for several days, my access to GitHub being revoked overnight without you knowing, or the difficulties that you have on your team organization. You made me sign an NDA, gave me access to your web app repo, and give me a task. It's a very obvious this task is just free work for you, as it needs to be done on the current working branch. If this wasn't the case, then you were truly trying to assess my competence. You should be at very least have to look at my GitHub project, which I'm not the only way to know. So, you want me to convert the CSS file to Sass when all my projects use Sass? Why ask me to change the name of the CSS class? It seems busy work that you can offload to someone else. It's clear that you have fabricated this whole interview process details as I become more and more skeptical. From telling me that this task should take 2 weeks, and after that I should have given more complex one, something with CTO, blah blah blah. It's for these reasons I am no longer interested in everything. He said, okay, sure, no problem. We are a startup, not Silicon Valley company with 5,000 guys on the team. About Flow, every communication happened through team, email, and application. You can see there it's not made by me and somebody will check this thing. Anyway, I always had this kind of skeptical perspective world too. Wish you the best. All right, so this is a very good response from the OP. Basically, like if you feel like somebody's asking you to do free work, you should definitely call them out on it. And when you interview somebody, like the way they respond to you, you can definitely do what this OP did, is to evaluate the interviewer as far as like how they work. Because interview goes both ways. It's not just they're interviewing you. You have to interview the person as well to get an idea of how they work. If the person seems chaotic from the interview, you probably don't want to join that team. So props to the OP for calling them out, and this is what I would have written as well. So yeah, just a very interesting story to tell you guys. So if you do run into things like this, make sure to call them out on it. Like if it's more, if an interview challenge takes more than 3 hours, it's not gonna be worth it. So that's my rule of thumb, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to sign up for my newsletter, which is delivered every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, and it'll give you all the latest web dev news in a newsletter. So you won't miss anything if you're a software engineer, a developer. It will be very interesting projects, topics for you to check out. So yeah, type in your email and sign up. The link is in the description below. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys next time.